to see if it's saying I'm live streaming. And it's saying it's starting. Yeah, it's working. Thank you, Rocky.
All right, it looks great. Looks like you're streaming just fine. I'll be watching. Bye.
So much. Bye. Welcome, everyone. So excited to have you here. We are live. Michelle?
Thanks for jumping on, everybody. My name is Michelle Renee, and I'm excited to be here. More than that, I'm excited that you're here. If you take what Joe teaches you today to heart, and more importantly, you take action, you're going to be able to avoid a whole lot of the mistakes that I've made along the way to becoming a top earner in network marketing. So, quick story about me. I joined my company a little over 3 years ago, about 3.5 years ago, and it took me about 18 months to have real consistent 5-figure months. There's two ways to earn that kind of money in this industry. There's the easy way and there's the hard way. And I chose the hard way. And that's what I previously had taught my team. That's what you've probably been taught. You know, posting, messaging, Facebook parties, more messaging, striking up a conversation with strangers in the store, parties in my home, parties in other people's homes, that kind of thing. Lots of posting on Facebook. And all of that helped enough to keep my business moving forward. But I just had this like nagging feeling that the leaders in my company and all the other companies, they knew something that I didn't know and that I wasn't being taught. So I went on like a crusade, kind of like I just went crazy about getting this figured out. I wanted to know what they were doing and what I wasn't doing. And I just spent all this time and all this money trying to put together a system. And I was learning those systems either from people who weren't in network marketing, so their systems weren't optimized to this industry, or they weren't actively building a business. And so neither of those were very helpful. In the process of trying to get this figured out, I spent, I don't know, probably 6 months. And the only thing that came of it was that my check dropped actually about $15,000. So I went back to doing the only thing that I knew how to do, which was to do it the hard way. And I just went right back to work the way that I'd been doing it. And in the process, I really sacrificed my sanity, my family, and my health. You know, we all kind of got into network marketing looking for that time freedom and that financial freedom, and neither were happening for me. My check wasn't anywhere near where it should have been for the work I was putting in, and I was at my wit's end. I was burnt out. And my wake up call was when my husband came to me. He looked straight at me. He closed my laptop on my face. He walked over to me and he said, "Enough is enough." And he's very supportive of me, but he said, "We want you back in our family." And I just knew I had to find a way to scale my business without sacrificing my family anymore. Yeah, I hear you guys saying, "Hey," and that's me. It sounds like me. I can see your comments over there. So yeah, you get this, right? So I actually met Joe at an event last year, and we took very different paths when leaving that event. I went back to doing things the hard way because that's all that I ever knew. And I had an unsuccessful attempt at kind of recovering my paycheck. Joe forged forward and she masterminded with some of the top earners in this industry, and she went on to find a solution. So I was actually in Mexico on vacation when Joe's ad hit my Facebook feed. My family was asleep, and instead of relaxing, I was up in the middle of the night stressing about the state of my business. Does anybody else spend a lot of sleepless nights trying to figure this out? So I reached out to Joe, and I realized she was having this massive online success with what she'd learned since we last talked. I'd been busting my buns, my check was dropping, and she was learning everything about how to build this online, and her check was going straight up. So what I learned in working with Joe is that the numbers in my business just simply weren't working. And not only that, but they were never going to work. There's just not enough hours in the day to make the numbers work in my business. And I realized that Joe just had her hands literally on something that I'd spent many thousands of dollars and more time than I'd like to admit trying to figure out. And Joe had it figured out. I tried to create it for my team and I couldn't do it. And she had her hands on the thing that was working. And what I love about this is it's duplicable, right? We always talk about that in this industry. And it's plug and play, and it flat works. It flat works when you implement it for your business. And the best part is, this part I love about it, after my check dropped trying to figure this out, is that you can actually earn money while learning what Joe's going to teach us. So I'm excited for you to learn all the details. Stick around, take notes. I'm going to be taking notes, and make sure you stay till the end, because if I know Joe, I guess I'm probably putting you on the spot, but she probably has some bonuses to give you. So I'll let you take it over, Joe.
You guys don't hear me? Sorry. Okay, great. Now I think you can hear me now. Anyway, I just wanted to say that this is your workshop tonight. And the reason I say that is because I would love to have you be very highly participative, meaning there's a chat icon on your interface, and just click that and be super interactive. Tell me what you're thinking. I do read the comments. The chat has been acting a little bit weird lately. If you don't see all the comments, don't worry, because I can see them on my interface, okay? But this is your workshop. So first of all, I want to encourage you by saying, do you know that you realize that you're in the top 5% of all entrepreneurs by being here tonight? And that's because you're going after something. You have goals, and you've taken some step towards that goal. You've taken action by actually showing up here. So I just want you to understand the numbers. Most people don't even show up. Okay, so great job. Now let's get right into this. I know you guys, I promise to be quick and efficient tonight. There were two secrets when I formed a mastermind with some of the top income earners in this industry after being a struggling leader, or whatever you want to call it, in the network marketing industry. I formed a mastermind group with other leaders, and we started to share information, and we started to realize that there were two pretty startling truths that we all found out once we all exchanged information. And tonight I'm going to share those with you. My goal tonight is to be super honest about my journey. I've been on a long, arduous journey, and I'm here to make things a lot easier for you. So for you, I was trying to figure out for myself, actually, the quickest, easiest, and cheapest way to get my MLM business online. And you know what? After a huge, long journey, I did not do that. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that, okay? Now, if I have your permission to share with you how we're using a 90% done-for-you system that can get you on the road to the 10K club or the 10K per month income earnings. And if I share with you an option to get it free, would you stay to the end? Just click in the chat and say yes, yes, I will. So hopefully you can see. Can you see okay, guys? Because we're on YouTube Live. It's a newer platform, and I just want to make sure you can see everything. Mine is showing that it's live. Okay? Yes, awesome. Okay. So just let me know if you'll stay to the end, if I'll show you this. And a quick note on this, if you have if you're in the 21st century, you are a multitasker, but just like me. But the problem with that is I was starting to realize that I did not know what people told me. And so this workshop, I'm going to be going fast, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of detailed info, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is just chuck your phone for this next 45 minutes, close out Facebook, because I'm going to be moving fast, and there's some real detail you have to hear, okay? So just give yourself this time so you don't miss anything, because I can't tell you how many times at the end of my workshop, people get me on Facebook, and because I make myself very available, and they ask me questions that I already covered on here, okay? So please pay attention and try to respect my time a little bit, and I will respect yours as well. Okay, so who wants to start a business? Well, a lot of people. And the fact is, you're already so amazing for being an entrepreneur because there's nothing else like it, right? So 51 to 63% of all people want to start their own business. And with young people, do you believe 72% want to start their own business? I was shocked when I heard that statistic. But guess what? Now here's where you're going to feel really amazing about yourself. Only 0.01% of all people actually do it. So you are already so above the championship status by both being here and have already gone the entrepreneurial route. Now let's talk about our industry. There are about 18.2 million networkers here in the US, but here's the thing that we started to realize is that 97% of those people do not make over $500 a month. So this statistic was so startling to me. Please let me know in the chat if you knew this already, okay? Did you realize that 97% of all network marketers don't make over $500 a month, and only 3% make 10 to 20K per month, and only 0.01% of all network marketers make 100K per month? Okay, so I just wanted to share with you these statistics. When I really understood these, it was a sobering moment for me. So let's talk about this for a minute. I'm going to ask you tonight to not be blind to your business because it is a business, right? But why would you start a business with a 3% success rate, right? We have to ask ourselves this, and this is so important. Now, would you jump into a riptide if they told you you only have 3% chance of survival? No, you wouldn't, right? Would you jump in? No. So then why would you start a business with a 3% success rate? And this really bothered me, guys. So that's why I went on this journey to find a way for MLM and network marketer and direct sales and party plan earners and participants to find a way to systematize their business. And that's how I got here tonight, okay? Now, why do we do this? Well, our companies suck us in, and I was right there with all of you. And in fact, I'm still with my original company. And that means that, well, I got sucked into the enthusiasm and the allure of the brand and the great products and all of that. But I didn't really understand the financials around the business. So that brings us to secret number one. There are actually only two ways, guys, to make big income in the network marketing industry. And I'm going to share that with you in a moment, okay? Before I do that, this webinar, let me know in the chat box, have you seen any other workshops about taking your business online? Yes, you've looked online, or no, you haven't looked yet. And I'm going to tell you why this workshop tonight is so different. First of all, at most of these workshops, and somebody already asked this question, and yep, I see all your comments coming on in. This is super awesome. And if you don't see them, don't worry, because I can see a bunch of them coming in, okay? So what makes this difference is at the end of these workshops, usually someone makes you a very expensive offer. It's usually anywhere from like $697 to $2,000 to even $5,000. I've been on workshops that offer you, or monthly payments of $597. I'm not going to do that, okay? The other thing makes this so different is a lot of these, well, they offer some sort of coaching program. And in the coaching program, it takes a lot of your time and your money both at the same time, okay? I'm not going to be offering that tonight. All right, so also a lot of these ask you to do a coaching program to learn how to build an online system. And I'm not going to be doing that tonight. In fact, I'm going to be showing you a 90% done-for-you system that we are using right now that is actually already working for MLM, network marketing, or whatever you want to call it, basically recruiting, to recruit people into your business. We're already using this and it works like crazy, and we do not speak to people. We don't do any outreach, okay? So tonight I'm going to talk to you more about how you can get on this road to 10K per month using that optimized system, plus without making the just massive mistakes and spending the huge amount of time and money I have over the last 6 years trying to figure all this out. So is this for you? Well, if you're ready to get to 10K a month in earnings, it's definitely for you. But more importantly, if you're just completely over the constant stalking of people you don't know on Facebook and LinkedIn, please let me know in the chat if you're over it. And also, I really wanted to mention here, you have to be open tonight, because I'm going to challenge your beliefs on everything you've been taught, okay? And the reason I'm doing that, because we know right now that only works for 3% of people, all right? So if we're being honest with ourselves, what we're doing is only working for 3% of people. Will you get some orders? Yes. Will you make a little bit of money? Yes. Will you get a business partner every now and then? Yes. But will you get to 100K a month or 50K a month? Well, you have a 0.01% chance of getting there, okay? Now, this is not for you if you want this thing to just be push button and get easy. Is it easy? Yes, it's probably the easiest, quickest thing that I've ever seen out there, but it still requires your effort, okay? There's just no perfect thing out there. There isn't. And that's kind of why I went on this journey. I wanted to find the best thing possible out there. This is also not for you if you think you're going to get the 10K by next week or even next month, because it takes a few months to kick in, okay? It's also not for you if you love belly to belly. Don't get me wrong, you can still do your belly to belly, but this is not going to be belly to belly, okay? We're using an online system that's already optimized. So let's move on. A little bit about me. I was probably one of the most unsuccessful networkers. Just meaning when I got into my business, I actually plunged in, and my husband we were trying to have children. So he begged me to quit working, because I was I was working so hard that we were having trouble with the childbearing thing. And so I started doing network marketing, because I wasn't the type that could sit still very long. And I plunged in, and you know what? I had just a tough time. I reached out to over 5,000 people, but I want you to know tonight, I'm telling you this because I'm just a normal person like you guys. I'm not some, brilliant talking head, slick marketer, or, whatever. I'm just a normal person like you that went through a process and was able to discover something that I thought could really help people. So that became my mission. My mission was now to stop the cycle of under-earning in network marketing. I just want to stop the madness. I saw people even on my own team struggling, and it really started to bother me. So yes, I've done a few things right. I did get to a leadership position in my company. I did build my income to about 3 to 4K per month max, but I did way more things wrong. I got in trouble from our compliance department. I got my Facebook account blocked. I got my LinkedIn account blocked from reaching out to so many people. I reached out to over 5,000 people. And you know what? After 5.5 years with the same company, I can tell you for certain, if you want to build a really big business, meaning scale your business without exhausting yourself and working 24/7, these things are not going to work for you. Home events, one-on-ones, posting on Facebook, company events, LinkedIn. Will you get a few orders? Yes. Will you get a business partner here and again? Yes, you will. But I will tell you guys that the problem with this is it's not a way to scale your business and optimize your time. In fact, I talk to so many leaders now who are completely exhausted, that are making even the ones that are making 10K, they're completely exhausted because they're working 24K doing these things. 3-way calls, something that requires them to be involved. So the secret I mentioned, there are only 2 ways to make big income in the industry. Well, those are, number 1, you have to build a massive team, right? And number 2, the surprising secret is you have to make more money per sale. And I'll get to that in just one second. So we've all seen this, right? What is the issue with this? Well, tell me if you've seen this in the chat. I'm sure you guys are going to go crazy right about now when you see this. But the problem with this right here is that you can bring in your 2 people or 10 people, or like me, I brought in 70 people. But the problem is today, 6 years later, only 10 of those people are actually active. And many of those 10 are not even aggressively building. So what does that mean to us? Well, that means that we have no control over our financial destiny with this model unless a miracle happens. And remember, what are the chances of a miracle happening? Meaning you get someone underneath you that starts driving some volume. Well, it's about 3% chance that that's going to happen. And it's about an 0.01% chance that someone really big would build really big underneath you. And to me, those odds were just, well, they were too low, okay? So one day I took out my calculator, and I don't know why it took me so long to do this, guys. I think I did this like 5 years into my business. And I was like, okay, I want to get to 8K a month. So I took out my calculator, and I was making about $30 per customer order. And I realized, oh my gosh, I would have to do 266 customer orders in a single month to get my income to 8K. And I about had a heart attack. I thought, oh my God, I don't think I could even process 266 customer orders in 1 month. I would be working 24/7 just to do that. So I was so traumatized when this was revealed to me by myself, and that I didn't think about it earlier. I was so mad at myself, but I thought, what if I could get my income per sale up? Like, what if there was a way to get a lot more money per sale? So I didn't know how to do that. In fact, I didn't even think it was possible, but I knew that I wanted to be more efficient. I didn't want to spin my wheels with that many orders just to make 8K, or I could bring in 133 business partners and they could each bring in 2 customers each. And then I could get there, but guess what? Then there was a discount factor if they did it on how much I would earn. I think you guys know what I mean. So guess what? I decided I had to go online. I knew I did, but I didn't want to do it because I was afraid that it was going to cost me a lot of time. It was going to be a time suck and a money suck. I thought it would distract me from my business. But you know what? The pain became so great that I decided to take the plunge and take my look for an online system for my MLM company. So guess what happened over the next year? Well, I watched over 200 workshops just like this one, and I did not pull the trigger on a single one. Then finally, after a year of watching workshop after workshop after workshop, I finally found this one person I really trusted, and I bought their program, and I spent $5K and was immediately upgraded to their 10K program by a slick salesperson, spent $15K, and then I was having problems making any income from their program. So then I started another one and spent another 10K. And guess what? Then I put together all these different funnels. Like, tell me if you've heard of a funnel, okay? Like landing pages and ads and all this stuff. I started learning all this stuff. I started putting it all together, and it did not work. I couldn't believe it. I thought if I just put this thing up, people would come flying in, and that did not happen. So then I had to pay someone to help me figure it out, because in the coaching programs, they don't really tell you that you're kind of on your own trying to test all this stuff. Every now and again, you can get some feedback, but you're really largely on your own putting this stuff together. So I spent yet more money trying to figure this out. And at the end of an entire additional year of learning and doing all this stuff, I realized I had not made a single cent, hadn't taken a single order in my primary business. And it was a very dark moment for me, guys. So after 2 years, 35K, 20 funnels, and 0 earnings, 2 training programs, I want you guys to know exactly what it takes to take an MLM business on line into a system, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the cheat sheet in the easy way because I think it is just awful that people go through all this, and I want to just take one moment right here and say, I want you to stand up, put your fist in the air and say, this is not my fault if you have not been successful in your business, okay? Because it's not your fault. This entire system, both our companies and the way they're set up, and the statistics on how you can be successful, and even these marketing programs and funnels and all that stuff, they're a way to make you detest yourself or think that something is wrong with you. And I want to take a moment to tell you, it is not you, okay? So put in the chat, it's not my fault. And I'm going to put that in there too. Because the fact is, the systems are set up in a way that it is not really, it's not really set up for people to succeed, okay? And in fact, you can have such dark moments that you turn it upon yourself. And I know because I did that. And I want to tell you right now, this is not your fault, guys. If you haven't been successful in your business, it's not your fault. If you haven't been successful in your funnel, it is not your fault. If you've had problems with your ads, it's not your fault. So please claim it. Claim it for me. I love it. Come on, guys. I love these comments. Okay. So this is an online system. Let me know real quick. Do you know what this is? So basically, an online system usually consists of high quality traffic, like a Facebook ad or go live on Facebook. It could be a boosted post or whatever on your business page. And those people go onto a landing page over here, similar to the one you guys came into tonight. And then there's usually some sort of offer, and money can change hands. So of course, this is your typical online system. Well, secret number 2, guys, is that most top leaders are actually using online systems. Now, are all of them using it? No, but the 0.05% that already have a following, when they, they don't need to, because they'll go to a new company because the new company will pay them millions of dollars to come over and bring their entire downline. So they don't even need an online system because they already have a following. But if you don't have a following, I'm here to tell you that I became friends with some top leaders, and I have some photos of me with these people over the years. When I went to a conference and we had intense bonding, and what I found out for them over the next few years was, guess what? They were all using sophisticated online systems, but they were telling you guys or us to do 3-way calls, reach out to people on Facebook one by one, get your account blocked for 30 days, or other just fruitless activities that take tons of your time. So, yes, your company tells you to do all these things. Well, the problem with that is, I'm not here to bash your company. I'm not here to bash the industry. I'm just trying to tell you the truth tonight for your own purposes, okay? So these are businesses. We have to make them successful or we're wasting our time. So this type of system just simply does not scale. So I want you to be clear-eyed about this right now, okay? Now, you need a successful online system to scale your business. But as I mentioned, having all these components dialed in takes some at least 1 to 2 years of study to understand enough about them, to get good enough about them, to make them convert and actually work for your business. So the funnel myth I found out is if you build it, they will come is not true. In fact, they will not come, and I've done that over and over again and was completely traumatized by it. So I went on a search, as I mentioned, to find something that worked, and guess what we found? We discovered through our coach, a specific mastermind coach we were working with, a way to put together this funnel that was so sophisticated that at the end, you place a Facebook ad at the beginning, and at the very end, do you believe someone would join your team and buy your product and pay you to speak to you? So I hope you're listening, because this was a eureka moment. I had never seen anything like this. And guess what? It worked. So in just 5 months of doing this, I had my first 5-figure week. And this is someone who never made 5 figures in my network marketing company after almost 6 years. Okay. I had my first 5-figure week in just 5 months of using this system. So, quick income disclaimer. Does everyone make that kind of money? Well, no. A lot of people don't even make it through the training. A lot of people apply that same tactic of, well, I'm just going to check this out, but they aren't really committed to making their business into a business. So I'm here to tell you, more people than I have ever seen more quickly are making unbelievable income using this system than I ever saw, not just on my downline, but in my other lateral people in my company and even in my uplines, okay? So I'm here to tell you guys, there is a way to earn, learn, and copy. So remember that phrase, earn, learn, and copy. ELC, type ELC in the chat box. Earn, learn, and copy. There is a way. Okay, I'm going to tell you in a minute. So we're in about 30 minutes. Just let me know if you're still with me. Am I making sense here? Are you still with me? Okay. Just type a quick yes in the chat so I know I haven't lost you. Okay. So you might be asking yourself, why on earth would I learn online tools? Well, I was kind of asking myself that too, and I'm about to share something that's going to blow your mind. See this little yellow circle on the right? This is at the end of 2016, the yellow portion, okay? So the large yellow portion in this right circle at the end of 2016, that is how much U.S. commerce had yet to go online. So do you realize, guys, that only 7% of all U.S. commerce has gone online as of the end of 2016? Do you realize how staggering that statistic is? Tell me real quick, do you think you're late in the game on getting online with your business, with these online systems and all of this? Tell me if you think you're late in the game. Just say late or no, not late. Because I'm here to tell you right now, guys, look at these trends. All these charts are all different industries. They are exploding. In fact, I heard a statistic that more millionaires would be made online in the next 5 years than in all industries in all of time combined. Do you realize how massive of a mega trend? You guys are at the mouth of a mega trend. And look, that tiny little black sliver is the only portion of business that's online. That means you, my friends, are early. So no, you're not late. You are here at the perfect time. And now, why is it important to be at the front of a mega trend? Well, look at Henry Ford, right? Did he make the best car? No, he made the first car, right? And so he made look at this fortune. He actually is worth more in today's dollar than Bill Gates. In fact, probably double Bill Gates or more and Mark Zuckerberg, because he put himself at the mouth of a mega trend. And so I'm here to tell you guys, if you thought you were late, you were actually here at the mouth of a gigantic mega trend, and your timing is perfect. So what you really need, and if you're anything like me, you need to automate your business, you need to bring in prospects on autopilot, and you need people to join your business. Is this correct? Because I don't know about you, but this is what I needed, and I needed it badly. So I'm here to tell you right now the 4 options. And this is the part I want you to close out Facebook and put your phone aside. You got to listen so closely, guys, because this is the meat right here, okay? There are 4 options, guys, to take your network marketing business online. And I'm about to tell you what they are. And I know what these are because I've done every single one of them, okay? So number 1 is a coaching program. You can buy an online coaching program. The going rate, if you want any feedback on what you're doing at all is $10K per year. And it's going to take you at least 1 to 2 years to come up the curve on everything. Plus, you're on your own, as I mentioned, for all your testing and optimizing. And we actually do have a program like this if you're interested, but I promised you I would not be offering this tonight, okay? So that's not what I'm offering. I call this the roller coaster option because be prepared for massive ups and downs and get your head whipped around in the process. So the coaching program, truth, do you believe that at the end of an entire year in my high ticket coaching programs, nobody in the entire program made any money for their network marketing company? So they learned all this stuff, but they did not make a cent, almost nothing. And so the second option is paid, done for you. So let's say you want your business to come up with an online system that recruits and gets people interested in your product and you want it overnight. Well, I hope you have a big budget because you can pay someone to do this for you, but think about it. They have to study all the brain trust that you know about your company, the products, the pay plan, right? They have to study all that, and they're probably not going to do that unless you pay them a small fortune. So I know I tried to pay people to help me to optimize my funnels. I had to pay $5K for a top guy to review my funnel, and guess what? It still didn't convert. So I call this the painful road up, as you see these arrows over here, because you might get there, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. So number 3, I know you guys are here because you want to take your own company online in an online system. Now I'm calling this the impossible option. Now just stick with me here to hear why. Now, if I were to create a funnel for you, or this funnel that we're using specifically for you and your company, we're back to here, right? Whoops, we're back to here. And that's because you guys are all from different companies, and there's no way I could realistically do this. And I know you guys know that. I would have to study all this stuff about your company and your compliance to make sure it was done properly. So this is the part where you're going to come in, guys. I can't offer you this. I just want to be honest with you. I wish I could, but I can offer you the next best thing. And remember, I've been through all the other options, and that's kind of how I ended up here tonight. So this is the option I'm going to be offering you tonight. It's called the Earn, Learn, and Copy. And with this option, you're going to earn while you learn if you want to. You can learn on an optimized funnel system for network marketing recruiting that is already working. Now, there is a high ticket offer in place at the end of it, and I'm going to tell you why that happened in a second. And what this is really going to be is an alternative revenue stream for you, which it exactly is for me. Now, keep in mind, I'm still with my company. This is just something I'm doing as an alternative revenue stream because I'm learning and mastering this incredible miracle funnel. So that's what we're offering tonight. And the reason I'm offering this, do you know that I wasn't even offering this a couple months ago? And that's because I fell into a realization, and that is that all that other stuff took all my time and all my money, and it still didn't work. But I knew, because I was running this to test it out, I knew that this worked. And I knew that people were, not just me, but other people were generating income from it. And I knew that you could copy this verbatim for your company and it would work. I knew it would work for you. So that's the offer. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about this 90% done for you online system. There are a couple options here we'll go into in just a minute, okay? But there's a way to have all of this stuff already done for you. So I know you need income. I know you need a converting funnel with not much effort if you're still sticking with me here. And you need to do this quickly if you're anything like me. And if you've been in fact, tell me, have you been in any other coaching programs? Just let me know if you've been in any other coaching programs so far. But I had been through that and I was over it. I needed something to generate income for me quickly and easily. So I needed that support as well. I needed people I could reach out to. So these were the problems we were able to finally solve with this recruiting funnel. The high cost of coaching, the large, ridiculous amount of time it would take to learn all this marketing stuff, being on your own, bringing in more income quickly, funnels that don't work, a funnel that's actually compliant with your company. So it solved so many problems. So why would you do this? Why would you do earn and learn instead of try to develop something for your own company like I did? Well, here's the reason. It's sophisticated. This funnel, remember that graphic that you got an email with the blueprint of this funnel, right? Well, it's sophisticated, guys. And so I want to tell you for a moment, guess what I did? I tried to copy this for my own company first. I did not run the high ticket funnel that we already had in place that was working. Other of my mastermind people were running it and they were having success. I did not do it. Guess why? Because I wanted to do it for my company. So I went through months of trying to copy this for my own company. And guess what happened? It did not work. And I got tired of seeing them making all the money. So then I started to run it. And that's why I know that you're going to do better with your own company if you know this more intimately, meaning you're actually running the high ticket funnel. Now, is the purpose to distract you from your business? Nope. The purpose is to get you the quickest route to get yourself for your company a network marketing recruiting funnel. This, my friends, is the quickest route. I'm here to tell you. There's no other way to explain it, okay? I guess you just have to go through it if you're not understanding yet what I'm trying to say. So you have to learn how and why this works from the inside out before you can customize it for your own company, okay? So that's what's super important, is that's going to help you tremendously. You also have to earn and learn because otherwise, guess what I've discovered is that you're going to spend a small fortune. You have to create your accounts, lead pages, ClickFunnels, Aweber. You have to place Facebook ads. In fact, I spent $350 on a Facebook ad in 1 week. I got a bunch of leads. They all put in their phone number. And again, this was for my primary company. And guess what happened? When I called them, they had no idea why I was even calling them. In fact, they didn't even remember clicking on the ad. It was the worst experience ever. I lost all that money in 1 week. So the fact is, you'll also have people in the group to mastermind with, that support. I cannot tell you how that really helped me in this entire process. So if you pick the earn and learn option, you're going to get the exact system I am using, and bonus, the coaching and training is free. Okay, so the coaching and training comes free with it. Now, I mentioned that there are 4 options for getting your business online. So what I'm telling you tonight is these other options, I've been through all of them, and none of them work in the short term, and they're going to cost you a fortune in both time and money. And so that's why I'm offering this option, which is the earn, learn, and copy option. Now, before I go into it, my mentor has stepped in the room. I want to have him come on out and I've been through, as I mentioned to you guys, we have this mastermind group. Well, he had been through so many different online travails and network marketing, everything out there. So Brandon, over to you. I'd love for you to just share your perspective.
Yeah, Joe. So, excuse me. Sorry, just finished some dinner here. I had a little bit left. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess my experience or my story with all this, you know, I got out of the Army in 2014. I was a commissioned officer, graduated West Point in 2007, and did all that for a while, and then decided, you know, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to, you know, have some time freedom. I wanted to be able to make more money. You know, being in the military, like I knew what my pay was going to be every single year until I retired. And then, you know, when you retire, you get out and you go get a job. So I was like, you know, why go through all that when I could just, you know, start working on a business now and, you know, put together an income source that could provide me the type of lifestyle I was looking for. So I initially got into real estate, bought some properties, some cash flow properties, did that for a while. Still have a couple of those. That was, one of probably the only successful thing I had going when I got started, because after that I got into network marketing. Started building a company that was very, very old school. Pretty much everybody has probably heard of it, and did that for a while. Lost a lot of money actually, because I was trying to be innovative. I was trying to do stuff online. But it wasn't working. I ended up investing into an advertising company and ended up losing $78,000. So that was quite the blow. And then it was after all of that that I actually got into learning about online marketing in a real way from people that actually knew what they were doing. People that had made tons of money in the affiliate marketing space. And from there, I learned a lot. I tried a lot of things. Still invested a lot of money and time into training and seminars and coaching and all that. And finally started to have some success, started to make some money. And eventually got to the point where I was able to actually collaborate with some of my mentors online. We put together a marketing system that is really the most done for you, 90% done for you marketing system that truly is like a done for you type system. The only thing you really have to do is feed it with high quality leads. And if you learn how to do that with cold traffic advertising, which we show you how to do throughout the community, basically the world is your oyster at that point, because that is the thing that really causes network marketers to plateau, or to hit a wall, is they run out of family and friends. Everybody does that. You have to end up going into cold market. You got to learn how to chase people down in coffee shops or malls or whatever, and book meetings with them. And most of the time they don't show up, or if they do, they blow you off, and that kind of stuff. What we do, we don't chase anybody. People come to us, and then and we pre-qualify them for one, and then at the point that they go through our process, I never talk to anybody that isn't serious and that isn't actually wanting to get involved and get started. We filter all that before then. So it's a really great system. You guys should definitely jump on board. It's been able to provide me multiple six-figure income now. Tons of people in our community have been able to achieve the same thing. We had a girl, Kayla. I don't know if Joe, you mentioned her, but just last month. So she used to be a dental assistant back in May. She got started in May. She ended up walking away from her job within a couple months of plugging into this. And then last month, she actually had a $47,000 month. She's 24 years old. So, that shows you the power of this thing. No experience in anything whatsoever, online marketing, offline, anything. And she was able to do that. So anybody with any kind of network marketing experience, like, you really have no excuse to come in and not just totally crush it. So hoping you guys jump on board, because it'll be well worth it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate your being on. We're going to roll through this to try to get through it, but thanks again, okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to go back onto the presentation and just keep moving. Tonight, we're going to go into a little bit more of the earn, learn, and copy system, okay? So tonight, I'm going to get to what I'm offering here, because I'm sure many of you guys have stuff to do. So I'm offering a 10K Club membership, and what this is a 90%, a trip through our 90% done for you business marketing system. It also includes Facebook ads, training, and coaching, but it's the kind that's super easy. It's a video over your shoulder, so you can see exactly what's happening, step-by-step training. It also includes a lifetime membership to our communities, and these communities are nothing short of amazing, guys. These are filled with like-minded people exactly like you. And remember, in our industry, we're always trying to find people like us, and it seems to be impossible. Now, you cannot recruit for your company in those communities, but you can build relationships. And once you have a relationship, well, as you know, you never know what can happen from there. It also includes a personal strategy coaching call. And in this call, we're going to really drill down into your earnings, how much you earn per order, how much, kind of like what your income goals are, if you're willing to share that type of thing, what your expenses are, how you can generate revenue. We'll go into as much detail on these calls as you can, you can handle. Okay. So it also includes that incredible call. People love this call. I actually love doing the calls. So tonight you can learn the easy way, the MLM recruiting funnel. Okay. And what that is, it includes some more. So just stick with me here. I'm going to go into it a little bit more. But before, if those of you already know that you want to move forward, there's several options. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat. So if there's a little button that says offers, you should be able to see that, or you should be able to see a red arrow that says, yes, I'm ready. So let's talk about what is all included. So for $99, you get the membership to our communities and the call with the coach. You get the Facebook ads training, and then I actually have some bonuses as well. And then you get the membership to our community, and I've got a few more bonuses I'm going to add. So, but for $297 tonight, if you know that and again, just listen very closely as I say this, okay? Everybody's at a different point in their business. And if you're at the point where you just need to bring in some income, you may want to consider running the high ticket funnel. And the reason why is because it works like crazy, and it's already optimized, and it's already in place, and it would be done for you, okay? And it actually includes your first ad. Now with me, remember the slide where I said it took me 5.5 months to create my first income? Well, one of the things I struggled with for those 5.5 months was to try to get my ad dialed in. So what would it be like if somebody did your first ad campaign for you, and then that way it took that pressure off and maybe could quicken the pace there a little bit. So that's what the $297 option is. It's a done-for-you custom high-ticket funnel that's already in place that will help you generate an alternative revenue stream. Now, why do you need that, right? Well, I'll tell you why, because it costs money to bring your MLM business online. You're going to need a ClickFunnels account. You're going to need a Leadpages account. You're going to need some sort of email autoresponder. You're going to have to place Facebook ads. You're going to have to learn how to place Facebook ads, and you're going to have to pay for them. And I'm telling you, these costs really add up. So if you're not making money from your current business, how are you going to be able to pay for that without going into debt? And this funnel is going to help you do it. And I've seen it happen. And as you can see, we're talking, if you're looking at Kayla, who did $47,000 just last month, and this is a 24-year-old who barely had time for, those guys don't, the 24-year-olds don't even use Facebook. And she was working full-time as a dental assistant. So the next option is, if those of you out there, you already know ClickFunnels or Leadpages, you already have an email autoresponder like Aweber or any of the other ones, there's Mad Mimi, then you want to do this yourself. I am adding tonight a new option, and that's for $397. You can do the do-it-yourself MLM recruiting funnel package. And I'll tell you in a minute what that includes, because it's very specific to people who actually already know what they're doing with some of these accounts, okay? So if you're ready to get started, of course, you can click the button. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat and let me know, if I can help you in terms of answering some of these questions, okay? So for $99, you're going to get the membership to our community. And remember, it's filled with like-minded people. You're also going to get a firsthand personal trip through our 90% done for you system that's recruiting and it works like crazy. It's for a high ticket offer currently. You're going to get to go through that and see exactly what's happening in there, and you're going to see why it works firsthand. So you're going to start to get an idea of how this would look for your business, okay? You're also going to get the Facebook training, and I will tell you that Facebook training is typically about $500 to $2,000 if you're just going to buy a Facebook ads training program. So you're going to get that included with your $99, and then you're also going to get the oh gosh, I'm blanking, but there's a few bonuses I want to add at the end, okay? So there's more that I want to add here for your $99. So you're going to get your coaching and training call, your personal strategy call. And this is the one where we really go down into your business and try to figure out how can we make this thing grow? What do we have to do? How you can do this, right? So with the 10K club, this is all that's included. I should have brought this up while I was speaking. So anyway, it includes all of these for $99. And so I tried to make this super affordable so that anybody could get started, okay? So keep in mind, if you don't see the red arrow with the orange button, you can go to www.anotherway.us and you can go right there and you can get started there as well. So you can either click on the orange button that says, yes, I'm ready, or you can go to this website here. Now, before I go any further, well, let me just take you through what we're offering. And then I want you to hear from people, because if you're anything like me, you want to know that this works, right? You want to know this works. Well, I'm going to introduce you to some people just here in a minute. So for $297, let me reiterate what you get for $297. Some of you are saying you can't afford this, so let me address that real quick. If there's somebody who believes in you, who will either co-sign on a 0% credit card for you and help you to get your business started, do not give up over $99 or even $297. The fact is, somebody out there believes in you, okay? And so if you're serious, Tony Robbins always says this: there are no lack of resources, there's only a lack of resourcefulness, okay? So let's go make it happen, guys. If you can find somebody that believes in you or somebody that will co-sign on a credit card with you to get started. And this is not a lot of money. So I just want to challenge you to not give up. And don't let this small amount of money stand between you and your destiny, okay? So now what do you get for the $297? Okay, you get a done-for-you custom high-ticket funnel, plus the ad campaign already done, plus you get everything that everybody got in this group, okay? So you still get the membership to our communities, the Facebook ads training, you get the personal strategy coaching call. So don't worry, you get all of that as well. But in addition, you get a customized to you high ticket funnel that's going to be ready to go, plus an ad campaign so that you can start the path to earning more income more quickly, A, and B, when you study this funnel, you'll know exactly what you have to copy for your own company. There's no better way, okay? There's no better way to learn how to do this for your own company than to copy something that's already working. And then finally, for $397, for those of you who already are up to speed and you just want the template and you want to fill in the blanks for yourself, I want to warn you, you have to know Facebook ads. You've got to have your accounts in place. For example, I will be sending you, if you get this, a ClickFunnels link to start your ClickFunnels account for a 14-day free trial. So this is really only for the people who do not and don't don't look at that. Don't go to that website because I think that's got the old link on it. Okay, so don't go to learnthis.biz. Go to this one right here. I'm going to put it in the chat. If you don't see the arrow, go to anotherway.us. Okay, because this one has the old link in it. But so for $397 today, you're going to get the templates to do this whole thing yourself, but then you're on your own, okay? You're on your own. I just want to reiterate for this one here, you are on your own. I will send you the templates, my webinar slides, recordings, coaching calls, the coaching call script. I'll show you what this all includes. It includes the funnel copied into your ClickFunnels account. It also includes your webinar slides and recording, a coaching call script and recording, the coaching process recordings, and the personal assessment survey that we give people. It includes all of this already included, and I'm going to send you a video walking you through it, okay? So, but just keep in mind that this one, you have to know your way around this stuff to choose this option, okay? I just want to be real clear about that. Okay, so first, let's talk real quick about some more results, and then I want to introduce you to a couple more of my colleagues who are newer so you can hear things from their perspective. Mike was a health and wellness network marketer, and after about 90 days, he his last month, his third month in, he made $13,579. And this is somebody who is really struggling with their business, okay? So I know if he can do it, you can as well. So I always like to share Jesse, and here's the reason. He was actually not even in network marketing. In fact, he was going to get laid off from his job as an oil patch worker, and he was panicking because he has a family. And so what he did was he started to research online and somehow got into our mastermind group, and he got on board. And do you know, about 7 to 8 months later, he was making about $43,000 a month in earnings. So I just want you to know that this is someone who was not college educated. He did not even know what Facebook was a year ago, okay, guys? So if he can do this, I'm telling you, you can do this, okay? So it is doable. And again, I told you my personal results, for my first 5 months, I was playing around with ads and I was really struggling with it. And about 5.5 months in, boom, I had an ad that worked, and I had my first 5-figure week, okay? So, and how did I do that? Well, it is a high ticket offer. And so I just wanted to share with you something really interesting. Remember that slide I showed you earlier, where if I did 266 orders, I would make $8K per month in my company? Well, in this high ticket funnel, if you did 266 orders, you would actually make $1 million. So that's the difference between a high ticket offer and most of our regular companies when we're making $30, $40 per item, okay? So if you don't think this high ticket funnel is something you should look at, I'm asking you to please think again, because to be able to make up to $4,000 a sale, well, that's something really amazing. So I want to ask you some tough questions now, okay? In 5 months from now, remember it took me 5.5 months to get that breakthrough. Is there anything else that you're doing that is going to make you 5 figures in 1 week? Okay? Realistically, is there anything else? Because if not, then you're going to want to look at this option so that it frees up your budget to do your own company, because it definitely takes a little bit of time and money to do your own company, okay? So let's go over one last time. I'm going to actually just put this up here, but I want to really just have you meet some more of my colleagues. So let me actually... Elizabeth, I'd love to have you share your story. Elizabeth works works at corporate, but she's been doing direct sales on the side. And so she came into our community because the sheer number of hours she was working in corporate was so massive that she had to look for alternatives. So Elizabeth, I'm not sure if you're with us, but I would love to have you just share kind of your story and background.
Sure, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, but it sounds funky.
Is this better?
It sounds like you're in sounds like computer voice.
Okay, let me actually turn it on in my headset. One second.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go forward, and we'll come back to her. Okay, guys, because I don't want to waste any more time. So people, Chris White over here on the right, he's usually on here, and tonight he was on vacation, but do you know he was the top income earner and recruiter at his company, and he actually got on board with me when he realized how little income he was making and maintaining. He was really challenging maintaining his income. And so I just, if you think that the top income earners in these companies are making a lot of money, think again, even they are sometimes having struggle. Okay. So again, this is work for me. It's work for some of those people that on the slides that I just mentioned. It's work for Jesse. It worked for Elizabeth and Chris White, Mike. So we had two choices tonight. We could either go as cheap as possible and sell, just say $29, or I think someone in here said that they got, started something that was real. I think it was $37 or something. And the second option is it requires a little higher investment. And I want to tell you for a moment why I picked 99. And then I'm going to throw in this bonus. The reason why I picked $99 was because I wanted to know you were committed. Okay. I really wanted to know you were committed and you're ready to do this, because this is a real solution here, and it's already working. A lot of people want to know if it works. Not only does it work, it's working not just for me, but for a lot of people, way more people than ever did on my network marketing team. So now we get to the fun part, the bonuses. So tonight, only for the live people, I always tell you to be on live because this is where all the good stuff happens, okay? If you join us tonight at any level, you get our free Millionaire Mindset training on your platform. And I only am going to offer this tonight to 10 people. And the reason why is because I'm doing these funnels and it takes me some time to do them, okay? So I can't do everybody. So if you're going to do this, you better hop on quick, because I usually sell out really quickly, okay? So again, the first 10 people who move forward tonight, and I see a few more, a few people already got on board. So welcome guys. So psyched to have you. And let me know if you have any questions in the chat, okay? So if you move forward, you're gonna get our Millionaire Mindset training as one of your bonuses. So if this just earned you $500 a month, it would already be worth it because it paid off your investment, right? But if you could just see the system blueprint and go through it, would it be worth it? Yes, it would. And if you could just learn Facebook ads, it's way cheaper than a Facebook ads training program out there. So let's put it in perspective. It's one night out with your family. Of course, it's also like 1 month of our auto ship, right, with our companies. So I would hope that you wouldn't let this get in the way of you moving forward with your business, okay? So I could have easily priced it a lot higher, but I just didn't want it to be like that. I'm sure, like me, if you guys had any type of experience like me, you were tired of paying people for all of this stuff that didn't work. And I know now that this works, okay? So today, these are your three options, and you can kind of get started at any of these levels depending on where you're at. So the $99 is the membership to our community and all of those other things I mentioned, plus the free bonus. The $297 is the done for you high ticket funnel, plus your ad campaign, plus all the stuff in the $99 level, okay? And then the $397 is just a do-it-yourself MLM recruiting funnel, and I'm going to copy all my templates. Now, they're going to have my stuff in there, right? But you're going to have to see my stuff to know how to copy it. So that is your option if you want it to be completely on your own, okay? That's your option. So I see that Elizabeth has walked back in the room. So I'm going to tell you the second bonus for those of you who are saying you don't have any money right now, okay? Listen closely. If there's someone else in your business that is struggling and they would do this for you, or with you, excuse me, they would do this with you guess what? If they do whichever option you're going to do, let's say you're going to do the 99. If they do the $99 option, you will get yours free. Okay? But you have to let me know that happened. So I have no way to track that. So I'm going to put my Facebook in here. I'm going to put my Facebook address in here, okay? And you have to tell me why you're friending me, because I get so many friend requests each day and I'm almost at my limit. And so you have to tell me why you're friending me for me to accept, okay? But this is the best because the buddy system works so well with our system. So if you bring a friend, not only will you have a buddy to go through this process with, because you're still going to need to mastermind, but you're going to get your entry free if they come on board at whatever level you do, okay? So again, you just have to get on board tonight, number one. And number two, you have to let me know on Facebook that they got on board, and then I will refund yours. So that is massive, guys. So I promised you I would tell you how you can get this free, and this is it right here. And this is why you have to be on live, okay? So bonus number 3, live only. You get to be on the weekly training calls with all the 6-figure earners plus 6- and 7-figure earners. So if that's important to you, and I know that was super important to me, and I was on those calls every single week, then you're going to want this bonus option for sure, okay? And we got a couple more people on board, guys, so these first 10 slots are going fast. So you haven't moved, if you haven't moved forward, you might want to go quick, okay? I'm just letting you know in advance, because again, I just only have so much time in my day. I just cannot physically do this well for enough people. So I keep this very limited. Okay. So the next bonus, lifetime access to our elite mastermind Facebook groups. I mentioned this was, there's actually, you get membership to our community with your 99, but you get a membership to our mastermind group as a bonus. And this group is got all the top people in the industry, guys. The top people. We're talking like 7- and 8-figure earners are in that group, and you're free to mastermind with anybody you want. Now you have to mastermind and not recruit. You can't recruit or they will boot you out of the group. But this is your bonus, and you can start building relationships with these people, okay? So before I go any further, I'm going to see if we can bring Elizabeth back on. So here, hey girl, can you hear us?
I can. Do you guys hear me?
Yes, you sound so much better.
Okay, fantastic. My image might not be coming through here, so I apologize, but my name's Elizabeth Dubois, and I actually I'm brand new to this. I met Joe about 6 weeks ago on a very similar webinar. And a little bit about me and kind of how I ended up where I'm at today. I actually work in Silicon Valley for a tech startup, a really good company. I make good money, but over the last 15 years or so of being in the corporate world, what I'm starting to really realize is that I'm just trading, my time for money, right? And even though I'm well paid now in what I do, I would love to have the flexibility to be able to come home and kind of work for myself around my own schedule so that my husband and I, who are newlyweds, can actually start a family here in the next couple of years. So with that, this goal actually started a while ago for me, and I've been in the direct sales business now for a couple of pretty big direct sale companies that if I were to tell you who they were, you guys probably have all heard of them, with products that I truly loved and, good comp plans, but I only had the ability to do it part-time. And I've had some good success with it over the last 10 years across a couple different companies, doing it nights and evenings and weekends, bringing in close to my best weeks of about my best month was about $2,300, which some people think is a really good amount for someone doing it part-time, and it was, but my goal is to replace my current income. And with that, and now with the pressure of wanting to start a family here soon, I had started looking online a couple of years ago around how could I potentially do what I was doing with the belly button approach, but try to automate that in a fashion or another. So I've done a lot of online courses. I've participated in a lot of coaching programs. I learned all about funnels, thought the idea was phenomenal. Put a lot of time and money into trying to make that work, and was never able to actually have it produce something and have it be something that could be duplicated. So a few weeks ago, I came to a webinar here, listened to something very similar to what you guys heard today from Jo, and decided to partner with her to see what I could learn from her. She seemed to really have it together and have some thoughts and gave us some good information on this training that I thought if I could spend some time with her one-on-one, then I might be able to continue moving forward and come up with a good plan for the future. And the good news is, being brand new to this and having the background that I had, Jo and what she's able to do with her team in providing some things that are like already pre-built for you, depending on which option you actually get, has saved me a lot of time to allow me to continue doing my day job and kind of do this in the evenings. And I'm happy to report that at this point, I'm on the path to being able to hopefully come home in about a year to a year and a half's time because of what I've learned from Jo and her team. From a mastermind perspective and having access to those communities, it is absolutely amazing. The folks that you meet in there, there are people who are making huge amounts of money online on a weekly and monthly basis. And there are folks like myself who are just getting started with high ambitions. I would strongly encourage anyone who what Jo talked about today resonated with, not to give up if you don't have the money today, to go ahead and invest. We have folks in these masterminds and the different areas that we're in where they literally like went and drove for Lyft or drove for Uber to be able to save the money to be able to get into the program, and they're already seeing returns on that. So just wanted to give you a little bit of background on me. I'm really excited about the program. The kind of plug and play option where a lot of it's done for you up front is a really good option. And if you do have the background and can put in the time to kind of do it yourself, the option that Jo is offering for that is great as well. Thank you, Jo. I really appreciate you allowing me to come on and tell my story. And I hope that all of you on the line get the opportunity to work with Jo. She's fantastic.
Oh, thank you, hon. I really appreciate it. And I was just trying to answer some questions in the chat while she was speaking. So, but I always love other people's perspectives too, because this is not just my experience. I think it's multiple people's experience. And it's really important that you guys, that we all work together to find this solution, okay? So let's just get on with this and finish up here. So this is what you get for the $99. You get the 10K Club membership, and that's going to include the front row seat through the 90% done for you business marketing system that we have, that funnel, the magic funnel. You're going to see it, you're going to go through it, you're going to get to understand it, you're going to get to observe it, and you're going to start to understand why people would join your business at the end of it without ever having spoken to you. And by the time they speak to you, they want to join the business, A, and B, they're paying you money to speak to you. There's nothing like it. That's why I say don't let money get in the way of you trying this funnel, because it's just nothing short of miraculous. And believe me, I've tried just about everything out there and spent a fortune doing it. You also get the Facebook ads training. And again, it's click by click, over the shoulder, video driven. The videos are short. You're not going to be at your computer for 90 minutes. They're like 15 minutes. They're only 15-minute and 20-minute videos. They're super short and to the point. It's so wonderful. Also, you're going to get the coaching and training call, a personal strategy call where we really drill down for you. You're also going to get the lifetime membership to our community. And as a bonus, remember, you're going to get the mastermind community membership, which is just priceless. I can't even tell you the people that are in that group. You also are going to get the Millionaire Mindset training. You're going to get your entry fee free if you bring a buddy on this ride with you. And so then you're also going to get, what was the other bonus? Oh my gosh. Anyway, I didn't, let's move on, because I want you to, I want to talk about where you're at emotionally if you haven't moved forward. And I think we have all 10 slots, but I am going to go ahead and just finish up here. If you're concerned about any of that, just reach out to me. And if I have some more time this week, I may allow you to be still be in the top 10 group where I can do your ad and everything. So you have two choices, okay? You can do nothing. And if you do, you have to accept that everything's going to stay the same. Your income's going to stay the same. You're going to keep doing your biz just the way you're doing it. You're going to have to keep reaching. Tomorrow, you're going to have to start reaching out to people on Facebook and LinkedIn again, okay? So if you're okay with that, then you just have to be, I just want to share with you that the importance of, you know, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to keep getting the same result. I know we've all heard that. Okay. So second option is you can start you could literally start tonight and start tomorrow with your first training module. And that is powerful. So in 90 days, you might see something like the Malones. So they're on our team. They were both working full-time at full-time jobs, and they were doing together as a couple a direct sales company, network marketing type company at night. And do you know, after about 7 to 8 months, their commissions posted here were as of November, because I took everybody posted their commissions in November. So it was a time when I had everyone's numbers. And Sean and Melissa Malone made $16,000 in November. And since then, they both quit their full-time jobs running this process. So it works. Okay. So Brian on the left, he's a single dad, and he has gone completely crazy with this. He posted this top line says, I was roughly at 45K for the month of November, I believe. So he was able to build a $45,000 income in 1 month after about 8 months doing this. Again, this was only 8 months in this system. And then this family over on the right, the Garniers, their post at the bottom says, I was at 37,180 for the month of November for commissions. I think I am still missing some. So that wasn't even his total number for November. Okay. And remember, Mike, only in his 3rd month in, he was able to create an income of $13,579, just his 3rd month in. Okay. And then I showed you Jesse, of course, where he was able to do $42,000 about 7 to 8 months after he joined the business. So real results, guys. These are just real people, just like you and I. We were all network marketers. We were all out there trying to figure out exactly what you're trying to figure out right now and the reason why you're here. So the real question, here's your decision point. Are you okay with doing things the old way, or are you ready to try a new way? Okay, so we've been over this several times. There's an incredible value with all this. I would put it at 200,000, and the reason why is it's taken me years. It took me so much time and money to figure all this out and to come up with this option. And I can tell you, there's no one out there offering anything like this. There's nothing else like this out there, where someone would take an existing converting funnel and set it up for you and let you do it. And all you have to do is place your ad. And in fact, they would even place your first ad for you. Now you have to pay for the ad, guys. Okay. So you do have to pay for the ad. It's just that it would actually be, the ad itself would be done for you. So, but nothing like that has ever been done. So to be able to do this for you is an honor, and it's a privilege for me. I feel super thrilled about it because I struggled so much. And if I could save even one person from going through what I just went through over the past 6 years, then that would be something incredible. So again, you can get started today for $99. If you haven't got started already, I think we might be full up on the top 10, but don't worry. You will be taken care of by one of our coaches, so don't worry. And then also for $297, you get the done for you custom high ticket funnel, where you can actually start generating that alternative revenue stream immediately. You can start tomorrow getting this thing up and running. Now honestly, it's going to take us a few days to get your funnel up, and it's going to take you have to get me some stuff too. So it's not like it'll be tomorrow, but it'll be way quicker than anything else out there. And that's why I'm so thrilled to be able to offer this. And then if you're one of those people that's already up to speed, you already know your way around ClickFunnels, then you can go ahead and do the $397, completely do it yourself. But remember, if you pick this option, You are completely on your own, okay? I'll give you the templates, the recordings, the files, but you're going to be completely on your own, okay? I do have one video that's going to walk you through the process, the flow, and how everything flows. And you already have the blueprint of the funnel that you got via email for registering, okay? So with this, you're going to have the do-it-yourself package. It's just that you're going to have to take everything from there. And I'm not going to be your coach on this, okay? You're going to have to take this over from there to do it yourself, okay? And so again, it includes this whole process, which is your Facebook ad all the way down. But it does not, by the way, this does not include your ad. You're going to have to come up with your ad. I will send you the permalink to my ad if you want it, but this doesn't actually include an ad in the package because I can't do an ad. I can't do an ad that would, Sherry, you can restart or refresh your screen if you're not hearing. Anyway, this will not include the ad unless you ask me for the permalink, but that ad is not going to necessarily work for your funnel, okay? So this really does not include the ad. You're on your own with your ads, and then you're on your own with putting this, actually helping it to, yes, hit reconnect. Just 1 second, guys. Some people are having couple issues. There we go. So again, just remember that I'm not going to be your coach on this. This is for people who already know their way around this stuff, okay? So I wanted to share something really cool with you before we close out, and I'm sorry it's gone so long tonight. But remember when I said at the end that people want to join your team and buy your product before you've ever even spoken to them, which is 100% true with this workshop and funnel. So the coolest thing ever is we even have an option that we're running right now where our coaches will actually do the phone call for you to actually close the prospect. And so that's really incredible, and even fill out the paperwork or whatever, the forms, get them signed up. So yeah, there's even an option where if you're working full time and you just don't have the time, the coaches will even do the calls for you. So that's how the high ticket funnel works. It's really nothing short of incredible. And I'm just super honored to be able to offer it. Okay, so remember at the beginning when I asked you if you stayed at the end, I would share with you how to get into that 10K earnings. Well, I'm trying to steer you away from these two options, the roller coaster option and the painful road up, and send you straight to this swervy, easy way up. And that's how we're doing it, is through this high ticket funnel. That's how we've been able to create that income. Okay, so thanks for staying to the end and kind of hearing a little bit more about that. So if you haven't signed up already, you're probably, remember when I told you I watched 200 workshops over a 1 year period? That is the truth, guys, probably more. And if you haven't signed up already, it's okay, because I realize that you are, yes, Sherry, yes, you can do that. So you're either scared, you're skeptical, or you may not have the money, or you're just downright uncomfortable. And I just want you to know, want to share with you, remember, I put a lot of money on my credit cards in the process of going through all this. So when I started this, I had not only I was like, I couldn't put one more cent on my credit card, but I was super skeptical. It took me so long to pull the trigger on something, but more importantly, I was actually uncomfortable. Yes, you do have to pay for your Facebook ads. You have to place Facebook ads to get people into the funnel. So there is a cost to that. So anyway, yes, I felt so highly uncomfortable, and I want to close out by sharing something really powerful with you on discomfort. Oprah Winfrey, one of my total just badass role models. I just love her. She's just so amazing. She's an icon to me. Anyway, when she started out, she had all these things going against her, guys. I mean, she was coming up in 40 years ago in media when things were different, and she had a lot of obstacles going up against her. And she was able to become the most powerful, the most successful woman in the world, really, and on earth, probably. And how did she do that with all those obstacles? And the fact is, she was interviewed and they asked her that. And guess what she said? She said, I lived a life of discomfort. I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. And if I hadn't been uncomfortable my entire career, I wouldn't have taken all those steps forward when I was scared and I didn't know what to do. I was uncomfortable, it was scary, but I did it anyway. And that is how I became so successful and so wealthy and so just iconic. And so I want to share with you, if you're uncomfortable, you're completely normal. But please do not let that destroy your destiny, because your conditioned mind's going to try to talk you out of doing anything amazing. They want you to stay safe and average. That conditioned mind, that voice in your head wants you to stay average and safe. But we know if you're still here right now, you're so far above average. And so you cannot let any of this stuff get in the way of your destiny, okay? So thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me, for being here tonight. I really appreciate you being here. I want you to know that how much this means to me to be able to offer this for you. I didn't set out doing this. I stumbled into this realization that I could offer this to people and save them a lot of trouble. So I hope this is helpful for you. And if you're having any connection problems, hopefully you can watch the replay, and you can also watch it on your phone, and then you shouldn't hopefully have the connection issues. So sorry about that. I'll stay on here to answer any more questions people have. And again, these are the options, and that's the website. But please feel free to let me know any more questions if you've got them in the chat, and I'll stay on here. I'm going to be silent, but I'll stay on and answer any questions, guys, okay? Thanks so much for attending, and have a beautiful evening.